When Christopher Columbus first sailed to the New World, he encountered several native chiefdoms on the island of Hispaniola. Many of these Taino speaking groups were peaceful and lived in fear of neighboring tribes, such as the Caribs, who were reportedly violent cannibals. And at least initially, the admiral had amicable relations with the Taino, and he promised to protect them from the hostile Caribs. There is one passage from the Chronicles of Bartholomew de las Casas that gives us an interesting detail on how exactly Columbus chose to demonstrate the prowess of European weaponry. He arranged for the obvious display of cannons and shotguns, which made loud and frightening noises. But fascinatingly, he first chose to show off an Asiatic composite bow. The chronicle tells us that after a feast and an exchange of pleasantries with the local king, the admiral sent for a Turkish bow and a handful of arrows, which had been brought from Castile, and he commanded for it to be shot by a man of his company, whom he knew could do it well. And the king, as he did not know that these were weapons, because he did not possess nor use them, thought that they were amazing. The wording of the original Spanish, if it is to be believed, implies that the native king did not immediately recognize that the exotic bow was a weapon, which is a little strange since bows and arrows were common weapons in the Caribbean, though not necessarily among this particular tribe that hosted Columbus. The bows of nearby groups were later described as self bows of equal length to those used in England or France. The king's astonishment at the Turkish archery tackle could be interpreted simply as a testament to his people's gentle and non warlike nature, or it could reflect how the shape, motion, and power of the composite weapon were so bizarre and alien to a culture deeply conditioned to the longbow that initially they could have found the Turkish bow difficult to comprehend. Columbus's decision is perhaps a bit surprising, but it was also brilliant. He showed the natives that he understood and possessed the same kind of weapons of the feared Caribs. But after showing that he matched or exceeded his host's enemies in the realm of archery, he then revealed that he had gunpowder weapons that were astonishingly more advanced than bows and arrows. The novel appearance and frightening power of the Spaniards was such that the chronicler claimed the natives believed the Europeans had arrived from heaven itself. The ultimate fate of these islanders is, of course, a very sad matter. Following colonization, their culture collapsed, and most of them perished. But nonetheless, it is interesting to see how archery, in all its forms and roles, has been so pervasive in the history of human interactions, all the way from the Stone Age right into the era of gunpowder and discovery.